Hello everyone, so today I'm doing a different kind of video, obviously. I'm actually doing a workout video. I don't do these ever. This is my first time doing one, and I've always wanted to do one because, I go to the gym all the time, and I don't know, I thought I'd share one of my favorite things I like to do. This is a 10-minute plank. I'll explain actually why it's 10. Well, it's not really a 10-minute plank, sort of. You'll see what I mean eventually. I'm going to explain everything about this. Right now, I'm just showing you the app I use to, have a timer, an interval timer. You're going to need an app like this. It's literally just called interval timer. So if you go back and look at it, um, this is just something funny I wanted to include. This is the first take I tried doing this, and I was using an old iPod Touch, and the look of disappointment on my face when the camera actually slid, and you couldn't see what I was doing anymore. So I had to do a second take of this 2 days later, because I do this every other day. So I tried recording it on Friday night, and then obviously the camera, it fell over, so that was annoying. Anyways, at least here I used my actual iPhone to film, so the quality's a little better. Yeah, so anyways, this app I use is called Interval Timer, and like I said, it's really good. Basically, if you go back and pause, you're going to want to put 40-second intervals 15 times. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, if you pause, you can see every single detail about the set. Anyways, this is a 10-minute plank. So I learned this from a YouTube channel called Celtic Warrior Workouts. Basically, it's a WWE wrestler named Sheamus. And what he does workout videos where he gets other wrestlers and shows what they like to do. So I got this one from Edge, who recently came back, actually, if you guys watch wrestling. Edge did a Celtic Warrior workout video with him, and he showed off this thing called the plank ellipse, which obviously is a plank apocalypse, I guess. His version is different, though. His version included 6 different movements, I guess you could say, that you switch between every 30 seconds. Now, I was doing that one for a while, and, it was very difficult, but, I got used to it, and I decided to make it a little harder. So, what I did, I took away the 6th movement, which involved using it's not a medicine ball. It's like a half medicine ball, and then the other side is flat. I don't know what you call it. Is there one in the background? I can't tell. Oh, yeah, there is. If you look between my arm and my legs there, you could see it. It's facing the other way. But anyways, basically, if you use that, you have to sort of go on your knees to get onto it. So I wanted to do a version where you don't go on your knees. So literally, it's a continuous plank the whole time. Because his version, like I said, the last movement involves getting onto the medicine ball thing, and you have to get on your knees in order to get to it. So I decided to make it way harder, and also I wanted to extend it. So I made every movement 40 seconds, and now there's 5 movements, and you repeat it 3 times over. So it starts with a regular plank like you saw, and then 40 seconds later, you hold the same position, but you raise your legs for 40 seconds. And by the way, you don't count reps. Just raise your legs as many times, as you can in the 40 seconds. And then when that 40 seconds is over, you do a side plank. And then after that one, you do another side plank, as you see here. And you're able to do all this, like I said, without going onto your knees. Like, you can easily switch. Now, this is the 5th position, which is definitely the most intense one, I think. Actually, the leg raising one is kind of intense too. But this one overall, it's called a star plank. And you can really feel it. Like, out of any of the positions, you can really feel it the most in your abs on this one. So if you guys have never done any of these planks before, I'm sure everybody's done a regular plank. But this one is, like I said, all you basically do is just spread your legs, or I should say your feet and your hands apart like a star. You want to have them sort of in the same, width of each other. And then here, you just start over now. So you drop to the regular plank again. So, in a nutshell, like I said, it's 5 movements, and you do them 3 times. So it's like 15 movements, technically. And they're all 40 seconds each. So if you do the math, that comes out to 10 minutes straight, and it's essentially a 10-minute plank. Now, obviously here, the regular plank is the easiest out of them. I'm not sure if I can do this for 10 minutes, though. Like, I haven't tested that yet because, you know, I've been doing this for a couple months now, and I do it every other day, like I said. So, you know, it's still challenging no matter what. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I started doing this version, like I said, my version, about a month ago, I think. And, you know, of course, you want to have your form to be as good as possible. So right here, you kind of want to have your back straight. Now, I can't help but, you know, I'm glad I recorded this because I don't see what it looks like, obviously, until now. But, yeah, you don't want to bend your knees when you're doing these. It's kind of difficult, though. So, like, you know, if you have to, whatever. See, like, I can't help but bend my knees. You want to have your legs kind of straight and lift them up. But, you know, it just depends. Like, some people might not be able to do that, or, you know, because personally, I don't have a six-pack just because I got stubborn belly fat, sort of. But I'm on a low-carb diet right now, so it's slowly disappearing. That definitely helps. I'm glad I started doing that. But this, you know, I definitely have muscle on my abdomen. Like, I've been training abs big time the last year. And my side planks here, the first time I ever tried doing a side plank, I couldn't do it. Like, it was very difficult. So before you guys ever try this, I want you guys to try this and let me know what you think of it. Practice doing regular planks first. You know, start doing planks on a regular basis. You know, include them in your workouts. And then sort of move on to doing, you know, these versions of it. Like, try doing a side plank. Like, I couldn't do a side plank for the longest time, and now it's easy for me. Also, my form here is kind of off. Like, I could probably straighten up a little better because it kind of looks like my back is sort of sticking out a little too far. But like I said, I can't tell, you know, without someone there to tell me. Like, I work out by myself, so, you know, I don't have someone there to show me. So this video helps me in a way. But, yeah, regardless, I can definitely feel it in my obliques, I guess. That's where the side planks hit. I can definitely feel it in my sides, you know. That's where it's supposed to hit you. And then switching over to the star plank. And also, my advice, you know, waiting 40 seconds on, you know, these planks, it could feel like an eternity sometimes. Just keep in mind, once it's over, it's over. Like, it's only 10 minutes out of your day, right? There's 24 hours in a day. This whole thing is only 10 minutes. It's an intense 10 minutes, but, you know, once it's over, you can rest for an hour if you want. Me personally, I don't have to rest for an hour, but I rest for a couple minutes and then, you know, move on to the next thing. But, yeah, just keep that in mind, you know, if you guys, and what I love about planks in particular, they really help your self-discipline and your self-control, I guess you could say. Like, they really make you disciplined, especially doing this for 10 minutes. Like, it gets really, really intense. Like, the last set of leg raises is always the hardest part for me. The star planks, like I said, they're consistently bad, but, like, I feel like the leg raises get just worse and worse each time. But, yeah, like I said, you're just going to hold all these positions for 40 seconds, and it's 10 minutes, and, yeah, I just find it interesting that I'm able to do this, a 10-minute plank, as I like to call it. And I should talk about, too, the app that I'm using, like I said, is called Interval Timer. And I've been using it for the past year, but they recently started putting ads on it. So sometimes after you finish a workout like this, the timer will stop, and then it'll go to some ads for a few seconds. It's not that bad, though. Like, it doesn't happen all the time. But it's honestly a great timer. Like, I'm literally able, right now in this take I did, my phone is recording me, but the timer is also going in the background. So, like, literally in my AirPods I'm using right there, I can hear the timer go off. Like, it goes ding, 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 you know, every time a 40-second interval ends. I get the buzzer sound, and, yeah, I just switch positions. I can hear it in my headphones there. And by the way, I should mention, I'm not trying to sponsor AirPods, but they work perfectly for this. Like, you know, if you have to use headphones that have a cord, it's kind of difficult when you're trying to switch around positions here. But AirPods, I've never had a problem with, really. Like, I use them for everything in the gym, and they rarely fall out. Like, they've fallen out before, but they rarely fall out, like, you know. So, yeah. And like I said, this is a 10-minute thing, so you can't, you know, you can't get on your knees. I mean, if you guys are trying this out for the first time, you know, if you have to go on your knees a couple times during the exercise to, you know, take a break or whatever, you know, go ahead, just try your best, you know, and then you can eventually do this continuously. But yeah, AirPods work perfectly, and you know, my phone was recording and the app was working in the background, so that was really cool. And you know, my first take, you saw at the beginning of the video, I was using an iPod Touch to film myself, just because I wanted to show off what the app looked like, and you know, have the timer, you know, in full view. But the camera fell over, so I was very annoyed by that. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is a great exercise. I don't know if I'm ready to do it every single day. I mean, you know, it's pretty good though that I'm doing it every other day, because the way I do my workouts, I'll train a muscle group and then the next day I'll do abs. Well, abs is also a muscle group, but I wanted to do a lot of focus on my abs because I've been working out for a couple years now, and for the first couple years, I literally never hit abs at all, and that's the one part of my body still that doesn't really like look as good, you know, as compared to everything else. So last year, I started doing it every other single day, and it's evolved into doing, you know, a whole plank set like this, and also doing some rope twists, which are very good, and some ab crunches with the what do you call it? The cables. But anyways, this is it. I should stop talking. This is the end of the video. There's me, tired. Thanks for watching, guys. If you try this, let me know what you think, and that's it. See you later.